So we wanted to chat to you today, given the current climate, about where your horse is at and coming safely back into work with some of the restrictions being lifted.
Yeah, I think it's really easy for all of us to kind of feel like, all right, we've got our chance to get back on our horse and I haven't ridden it for 6, 8 weeks,
right,
and I just want to get back on where I was. And I think we need to really talk about why that would be a bad idea and what could happen to the tissue. Because unfortunately for horses, they want to please us.
Absolutely.
They, you know, if we ask them to do something, they're going to try their best to get it done.
Absolutely.
And lots of times with a fitness problem, if you do get some micro tears or an injury from that, it might not show up for a couple months
3,
down
6
the road.
months, right.
Yeah, so tell us about that, Doc. How does that work?
So, I guess let me step back first. So myself and Tina and Kim were chatting, and we're all a little concerned, and that was why we chose to do this video today, that we want to make sure that everybody does this safely and recognizing that all the horses are at different levels. Some horses may have been in work with a trainer, which is excellent. They may be in better condition. Some horses may have had 6 weeks off and may need to be brought back into work differently or more slowly. So we wanted to really make it clear that it's important to do an assessment and help you do that.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
So like Tina was expressing earlier, it may not be a week or 2 weeks that we see the problem, but we may see that 3 months or 6 months down the road, which is when we're hopeful that we're all going to be back competing and enjoying the horses.
Yes, exactly. So when you do an assessment, we really want to look at the horse, and we're going to bring a live horse in to do that assessment. But I think Dr. Pedersen's point is very important, that when you get back to the barn to see your horse, you really do that self-assessment yourself to decide where you're at, and then decide if you need a professional to come in and do some more assessment.
And that's really what we're hoping to help you with today is we were talking about, we kind of talked about making lemons out of lemonade, and let's use this time to stop, assess, reflect, and kind of come back better, if you like.
Yeah. And it's a great time. I like how Dr. Pedersen said that we should maybe think to ourselves that this is a chance to reset.
Right.
Really look at, like she said, areas that were weak, and maybe during show seasons of the past, we haven't had the chance to be able to really get something fixed or stronger that we've really never had strong on the particular horse we're looking at. So great chance to actually look and see maybe we could make this horse better. And
absolutely.
If there is some fall shows, you know, be able to excel at a different level than you were able to before.
Right. So in talking, we came up with a checklist for you. So I think we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Our first point on our checklist today is going to be to look at your horse's overall posture. This is going to be something that a lot of horse owners really forget about because you see your horse every day and we're so used to being around it, we forget to look at it with that discerning eye to really be able to see what's happening with your horse. Whenever I look for posture, I'm going to look at the overall shape of the top line and the overall shape of the underside. I want to just see if there's something that has some obvious dips, some obvious holes, some place where the body is not holding theirself in an athletic shape. If we are able to look for these areas, you're going to get an idea then of where your horse is either tight or weak. Dr. Sarah, is there anything that you look for when you're looking for posture on a horse?
So I definitely look at if they choose to stand squarely, if they always have one particular foot forward or back. I also look at head and neck position, and you saw me giving our model here some cookies. I like to see how they reach with their neck as well. So that's what I would add for that.
So when you're looking at your horse's posture, you would also like to be able to look at this time as a great opportunity to take a complete reset. So if your horse has had something that you've been working on for a long time, it might be a chance to actually step back, because we're not going to be having shows or clinics for the next few months, and really be able to target that area for strength. If we then could change that overall posture, we would be able to look at the horse not only in a more athletic frame, but they would use themselves more efficiently and allow them to be sounder longer.
Right.